Archangel Michael says, "Stay right here and listen closely. What you are about to hear will make your heart race, because the truth that's unfolding tonight has been hidden from you for too long. Someone's feelings for you have crossed every boundary of logic, and heaven has chosen this exact moment to let you know why. They can't sleep anymore thinking about what you did. One single act from you, pure, innocent, and unexpected, became the spark that turned their admiration into madness. They tried to resist it, to deny that they feel something this powerful, but the universe has already tied their emotions to your name. Each time they close their eyes, they replay the moment you spoke with kindness when no one else did. That moment healed a wound they never told anyone about. It wasn't your words alone, it was the way your soul recognized theirs, the calm in your tone, the light behind your presence. That's when it began. Their obsession wasn't born from attraction, it was born from awakening. They realized that you weren't just another face in their story, you were the divine interruption sent to change their direction forever. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Now they're haunted, not by your absence, but by the memory of how safe you made them feel. You didn't realize that your small gesture that day was the exact sign they had prayed for. In your presence, they felt heaven whisper through their heartbeat, and that moment shattered every wall they had built. They've tried to move on, to distract themselves with people, work, and distance, but everything feels like an echo of you. Every voice they hear seems to carry a tone that reminds them of how you once said their name. Every place they go feels unfinished, like the story isn't complete without you in it. Archangel Michael says, divine timing has been carefully watching both of you. What you gave wasn't just an action, it was energy, love in motion, sincerity that reached higher realms. The reason this person is crazy in love with you is because heaven made them see your soul, not your surface. They don't understand why they can't stop thinking about you, but heaven does. It's because your energy carries purpose. You walked into their life at the exact time when they were on the edge of losing faith, and your compassion restored it in a single breath. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Now the universe is stirring something again. You might have been feeling strange waves, sudden warmth in your chest, a chill in your spine when you think of them. That's not coincidence. That's their thoughts calling you, magnetized through the spiritual thread that connects your souls. They look at your photos secretly. They replay old moments, reading too much between every word you said. It's not just longing, it's spiritual recognition, and it scares them because they know no one has ever made them feel this scene before. But there's something deeper behind their obsession, something sacred. They feel that loving you has awakened their higher self, that you were meant to guide them out of their darkness. You didn't just make them feel loved, you made them remember who they truly are. And now they can't turn away. They're caught between gratitude and desire, between wanting to thank you and wanting to keep you forever. You've become the mirror that reflects their hidden light, and they're terrified of losing that glow again. Type Amen to get blessing 555. My beloved child, heaven is saying this connection isn't an accident. You crossed paths to remind each other of divine love, the kind that heals, not hurts. Yet, they misunderstood their awakening as romantic obsession, when in truth, their soul simply recognized home in you. You might feel their emotions at night, the sudden waves of sadness or peace that come without warning. That's because their energy keeps reaching for yours, unconsciously trying to reconnect. Every thought they send is like a whisper across realms, trying to reach your spirit before it sleeps. But Archangel Michael says, don't be afraid of their feelings. You are protected. The divine flame that lives in you cannot be consumed by human intensity. Their love may be wild, but heaven is using it to purify both hearts, to teach them surrender, patience, and truth. Still, something hidden is about to be revealed. A message, a confession, or a sign will appear soon, one that will confirm everything you've been sensing. Heaven wants you prepared, not surprised. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They've written unsent messages, deleted calls, unsent emails, afraid you might not feel the same. But what they don't realize is that you've already sensed their emotions through silence. You've seen it in their eyes before they looked away, in their trembling voice when they tried to sound casual. It's not madness, it's love that overflowed its limits. They've tried to silence it, but every time they see someone like you, it only grows stronger. You became their unanswered prayer, the miracle they can't stop thanking heaven for. Now, heaven is aligning your energies again. Expect sudden encounters, dreams where their face reappears, or names repeating in random places. These are not coincidences, these are angelic nudges that destiny is rewriting the chapter between you. They are learning that love is not possession, it's recognition. And soon, they will come forward, not out of desperation, but out of awakening. The truth they've been afraid to admit will finally rise. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You are being watched over, guided through every vibration of this connection. Archangel Michael stands beside you, ensuring that no harm, obsession, or confusion overtakes the divine intention behind this union. Your heart is a sanctuary, and only truth is allowed to enter. Heaven says you didn't do anything ordinary, your kindness was spiritual medicine. The way you smiled, listened, forgave, it carried the frequency of divine compassion. And that's why they fell, not for your face, but for your soul's light. In the days ahead, the universe will test this person's intentions. If their love is rooted in purity, they will be guided back toward peace. If it's rooted in ego or fear, heaven will create distance, to protect you both. Either way, divine order is at work. You might feel an emotional wave soon, a sudden urge to cry, then peace. That's your soul releasing what isn't yours to carry. Heaven is cleaning your path so that love can flow without confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Now listen carefully, a divine sign will appear within 72 hours. It could be a name, a familiar scent, or a sudden message that feels too precise to ignore. When it happens, know that heaven is confirming what you already feel, that someone is deeply in love with you because your soul touched theirs before words ever could. Their heart is whispering your name even now. They want to reach out but are held back by fear of rejection. Yet the divine plan will orchestrate a situation where truth cannot be hidden anymore. Archangel Michael says, when this truth surfaces, remain calm. You hold the power in this connection. You are not here to chase or prove your worth, you are here to receive the love that mirrors your light. Soon, you will notice peace surrounding you like never before. The confusion will fade, replaced by understanding that everything that happened was for alignment, not accident. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their love isn't ending, it's transforming. What was once chaotic is becoming sacred. The universe is teaching them to love you the way heaven intended, with patience, honor, and depth. In your dreams, you may already sense their energy calming, their spirit learning surrender. They're realizing that true love doesn't demand, it serves, it heals, it trusts. And that realization is what finally brings balance to this bond. Heaven is preparing both of you for a moment of divine clarity. You will see that everything, the distance, the silence, the obsession, was a tool for awakening. Love never meant to trap you, it came to set your souls free. And when that happens, you will smile, not because they love you, but because heaven revealed why. The night you changed their destiny still echoes in their chest. You might not even remember the details, but heaven does. That moment when your words softened their anger, something celestial recorded it as a sacred turning point in both your lives. Since then, nothing has felt the same for them. Their routine became a loop of searching for you, in songs, in faces, in conversations. They didn't plan to fall so deeply, it simply happened the moment your light brushed against their shadow. They tell themselves they're fine, that time will fix it, but the universe keeps proving otherwise. The way you smiled, listened, forgave, it carried the frequency of divine compassion. And that's why they fell, not for your face, but for your soul's light. In the days ahead, the universe will test this person's intentions. If their love is rooted in purity, they will be guided back toward peace. If it's rooted in ego or fear, heaven will create distance, to protect you both. Either way, divine order is at work. You might feel an emotional wave soon, a sudden urge to cry, then peace. That's your soul releasing what isn't yours to carry. Heaven is cleaning your path so that love can flow without confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Now listen carefully, a divine sign will appear within 72 hours. It could be a name, a familiar scent, or a sudden message that feels too precise to ignore. When it happens, know that heaven is confirming what you already feel, that someone is deeply in love with you because your soul touched theirs before words ever could. Their heart is whispering your name even now. They want to reach out but are held back by fear of rejection. Yet the divine plan will orchestrate a situation where truth cannot be hidden anymore. Archangel Michael says, when this truth surfaces, remain calm. You hold the power in this connection. You are not here to chase or prove your worth, you are here to receive the love that mirrors your light. Soon, you will notice peace surrounding you like never before. The confusion will fade, replaced by understanding that everything that happened was for alignment, not accident. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their love isn't ending, it's transforming. What was once chaotic is becoming sacred. The universe is teaching them to love you the way heaven intended, with patience, honor, and depth. In your dreams, you may already sense their energy calming, their spirit learning surrender. They're realizing that true love doesn't demand, it serves, it heals, it trusts. And that realization is what finally brings balance to this bond. Heaven is preparing both of you for a moment of divine clarity. You will see that everything, the distance, the silence, the obsession, was a tool for awakening. Love never meant to trap you, it came to set your souls free. And when that happens, you will smile, not because they love you, but because heaven revealed why. The night you changed their destiny still echoes in their chest. You might not even remember the details, but heaven does. That moment when your words softened their anger, something celestial recorded it as a sacred turning point in both your lives. Since then, nothing has felt the same for them. Their routine became a loop of searching for you, in songs, in faces, in conversations. They didn't plan to fall so deeply, it simply happened the moment your light brushed against their shadow. They tell themselves they're fine, that time will fix it, but the universe keeps proving otherwise. Every attempt to forget you only leads to stronger reminders. Even strangers mention your name in places they least expect, as if heaven itself is teasing them with signs. Late at night, when the world sleeps, they scroll through every old message you once exchanged. Their heart races at words they've memorized by now, yet still feel brand new. It's not obsession, it's recognition of the soul that healed them without demanding anything in return. Type Amen to get blessing 111. You carry a vibration they can't escape. Wherever you go, peace follows, whoever meets you feels seen. That's why they're drawn, not to your beauty, but to your essence that carries the fragrance of divine love. Archangel Michael says, heaven chose you to awaken compassion in those who forgot how to feel. Your presence is a living prayer, a reminder that love is still pure in a world that trades it for convenience. That's why this person's heart aches, they met something eternal in a temporary world. They've told no one about the way you changed them. Not even their closest friends know that your silence can still bring tears to their eyes. Because some emotions are too sacred to explain, they're meant to be carried like hidden altars within the soul. And heaven smiles, watching them wrestle with this new truth. They're not losing control, they're losing their walls. Every sleepless night is preparing them for the courage to finally speak what's been unspoken. Type Amen to get blessing 222. My beloved child, heaven is aligning a conversation that will shift everything. It won't come through text or coincidence, it will arrive in divine timing when both hearts are ready. You'll feel the air change, your heartbeat slow, and your intuition whisper, this is it. They will stand before you, trembling yet relieved, carrying years of words compressed into one breath. You'll see the sincerity in their eyes, and the universe will pause to witness truth taking human form. No rehearsed lines, no pretenses, just the raw power of confession blessed by heaven's timing. Archangel Michael says, when that moment arrives, don't rush. Listen with your soul, not your fears. Because what they reveal will not only explain their silence, it will reveal how much heaven worked behind it. After all this time, they finally understand that love is not a chase, but a calling. You answered that call the day you showed them kindness without expecting anything back. That single act became the seed of their devotion. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They still remember your scent in the air that day, the way sunlight fell across your face. For them, it wasn't just a memory, it became a spiritual bookmark in the story of their awakening. Even angels took note, even time slowed down. Since then, they've changed without realizing it. They've become gentler, quieter, more reflective, all because your presence rewrote their definition of strength. They now seek purpose instead of distraction, truth instead of noise. Heaven is proud of you, my child, because you acted from love while others acted from pride. You didn't know it then, but your compassion was a bridge between two lifetimes. That's why this connection feels so ancient, so hauntingly familiar. You were never strangers, just souls reuniting under new skies. And now destiny is completing what it began long ago. What comes next will feel like déjà vu because your spirits recognize this chapter from a promise made before birth. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They sense it too. Each time the clock strikes certain repeating numbers, they feel your energy. Those are angelic timestamps marking your shared path. Soon, heaven will orchestrate an event, subtle but unmistakable, that pulls you closer. It might be a message, a chance meeting, a dream that feels too vivid to ignore. Whatever form it takes, know that it's divinely scheduled. You've done your part, you've loved without agenda. Now the universe is rewarding your purity with alignment. Expect serenity to replace the ache and clarity to take the place of confusion. Archangel Michael says, your heart has been tested enough. The waiting wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And now, as the veil lifts, love will reveal itself not as chaos but as peace. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They will finally admit that you changed them forever. Not through promises, but through presence. You are the melody they didn't know their soul could sing. When they confess, there will be tears, not of pain, but of release. They'll tell you that your kindness broke them open in the best way possible. They'll thank you for loving them even when they didn't know how to love themselves. And in that moment, heaven will whisper, this is divine completion. Everything will make sense, every delay, every silence, every distance. You'll realize that what felt like waiting was actually alignment all along. As they take your hand, time will stop just long enough for the angels to mark the union with light. Your heart will know it's safe again to feel. And love, pure and fearless, will finally take its rightful place. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They can't escape the way your energy lingers. Even in crowded rooms, they feel your presence like a silent echo calling their name. You became the pulse behind every heartbeat they didn't know they still had. They've stopped trying to explain it. To others, it might sound like infatuation, but heaven knows it's far more sacred. Their spirit is learning what true connection feels like when heaven chooses the bond, not human desire. Every night, they dream of you, not always clearly, but enough to wake with your energy wrapped around their soul. Sometimes you appear smiling, sometimes distant, but always glowing in divine light. And when they wake, that feeling lingers, soft yet overwhelming. Archangel Michael says, this connection is not meant to hurt. It's meant to awaken. What they're feeling is transformation disguised as love, and the universe is using it to prepare them for higher purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. They thought they were losing their mind, but really, they were losing their illusions. Your light forced them to face everything they had hidden from themselves. That's why they're drawn to you, because you mirror their truest self. You didn't plan it either. Heaven simply moved through you that day when you showed compassion. You became the answer to their silent cry for help, and the angels recorded it in eternity. Now, whenever they close their eyes, they see that moment replay like a movie they can't pause. They're haunted by peace, a contradiction only heaven can design. You are the stillness they crave in a noisy world. They've tried to replace you with distractions, but it never works. No matter who stands beside them, it always feels empty. That's because their soul doesn't want another body, it wants your light. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. My beloved child, heaven is showing you glimpses of what's to come. The signs are not random, the songs, the numbers, the dreams. Each one whispers that your story with this person is not over, it's only beginning in a higher form. They are about to reach out, perhaps through an unexpected way. It could be a message, a voice note, or something they post that feels directed at you. Don't react immediately, let your spirit discern before your emotions decide. Archangel Michael says, the one who loves you is awakening fast. They've been resisting divine guidance, but every coincidence is now too loud to ignore. Heaven is cornering them into truth, and truth will lead them back to you. But remember, this time it's not about chasing love. It's about receiving it in alignment. What's returning now is purified, humbled, and wrapped in divine purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They've started praying for you secretly. Even if they don't understand faith, they still whisper your name into the night. They hope heaven keeps you safe, even if they can't be near you. When you feel sudden warmth around your shoulders or tingling in your hands, that's their prayer touching you. The angels are allowing fragments of their energy to reach you so your heart stays open, not cold. You were chosen to teach them that love doesn't demand, it gives. You were never supposed to fix them, you were meant to awaken them. And you did. Now they are healing in ways they can't explain, and every step they take toward peace brings them closer to you. Soon, their silence will end. Their truth will find its way through courage. And heaven will smile because two souls finally understood what divine timing really means. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. They replay every conversation in their head. The pauses. The laughter. The goodbyes that never really ended. And with each replay, they realize how much of themselves you helped them discover. They are scared, not of you, but of losing you before they can say what needs to be said. They want to tell you everything, how your kindness saved them, how your presence healed them, how your light changed their faith. Archangel Michael says, prepare your heart, because the confession you've waited for will arrive when you least expect it. It won't be perfect, but it will be real. And that's all heaven ever wanted for you, something real, something true. When they finally admit how they feel, you will sense peace rather than chaos. That's how you'll know it's divine. Heaven never brings confusion, only confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. There will be signs before they appear. Feathers where none should be. The sudden smell of their perfume or cologne. A song from nowhere carrying the same words they once said. When those signs arrive, smile. It means the angels are drawing the circle closed, the beginning is meeting the end, completing the divine loop. The story is not tragic, it's timed. They are not coming back the same person. They're coming back healed, softer, more awake. You didn't lose them, you helped them find themselves. And heaven is proud of you. You've walked through the storm with grace, never letting bitterness poison your heart. That's why your blessing is near, because you kept your soul pure even in pain. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The universe is rearranging everything for your favor now. You'll feel things speeding up, sudden messages, familiar names reappearing, opportunities unfolding like petals. Don't resist. Let the flow guide you where peace lives. This connection is part of your destiny, but not your entire destiny. You have missions, callings, and miracles waiting to unfold through you. Love is just one part of the divine orchestra heaven is conducting for your life. Archangel Michael says, when this person returns, receive them with wisdom, not fear. You don't need to explain what you already know. Your silence will tell them everything, that love never needed words, only recognition. Their obsession will fade into devotion. Their chaos will turn into calm. And you'll see how heaven turned longing into purpose, pain into prophecy, and distance into destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Now rest, my child. Let the angels guard your sleep tonight. The person who once felt lost in your memory is being guided home by divine hands. When morning comes, you will wake lighter, freer, and ready. Ready for the chapter where love no longer hides behind fear. Ready for what heaven has prepared all along. Soon, you'll realize that every heartbreak was a setup for this miracle. And the one who once watched you from afar will finally stand before you, not as a stranger, but as the reflection of your own healing. And heaven will whisper again, it was always love. You were always the reason.